My name is Linry, and this is nail art I did in August. Now, I'm going to start off this video with two disclaimers. I wanted to film this video last Monday, but last Monday, I started to feel a little unwell, noticed I was running a fever, and then I took a test. I have the vid. I really don't want one of those stupid little blue boxes at the bottom of the YouTube video that's like, oh, they mentioned this one thing for 2 seconds. That's why I sound all nasally and terrible. So I just started to feel just a bit better. I can breathe through my nose again, even though it doesn't sound like I can. But I'm at like 60% right now. So because I have the vid, I am not wearing makeup and I am in my jams. Oh yeah. I love this shirt because it just annoys people so much. People have gotten really salty about this shirt. I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to talk to people in public, so I'm just not gonna wear it anymore. Yes. And my second disclaimer, last month during my July Manis video, I said I was having like an off month, but really, I struggle with depression, so I was having a depressed month, which is kind of unusual for me. Normally I'll have like low weeks, low days, but not an entire month. So I started to push myself and force myself to do things like cleaning. And if you know anything, like if you've ever kind of struggled, you kind of get that vibe where you're just like, I have to push myself to do things or else I'm just gonna go lower, 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 lower. So I started wearing a peel-off base coat on my left hand, so I would be forced to do nail art because I wore that gradient mani for a week, which is really unusual for me. I don't normally wear my nail polish for that long, so. But you know, if you've kind of forced yourself to do things, you kind of get a little bit lower. So some of these manis I was feeling pretty low during, but now I'm back on that upswing of my brain's kind of creating some of the good chemicals. Not completely, but what are you gonna do? So let's get on to the manis. The first mani I did was on the 2nd, and it was a Baldur's Gate 3 mani. Now, this mani I was probably feeling my lowest. It got to the point where I just kind of wanted to get it done and over with, so I didn't give it the time it needed. I was super hyped for Baldur's Gate 3. I really loved Divinity Original Sin, so I wanted to go into this game completely blind. So I had no idea who Astarion was, I had no idea who Halison was, but of course I follow the subreddit, so I started seeing these memes just whoosh, flying everywhere. So I was like, okay, let's just put that on my nails. I feel like this manicure was like half successful. I feel like my Astarion nail was pretty weak. It lacked a lot of detail, especially his moles, which I noticed, but I was just getting so overpainting my nails, so I just finished it up. Also, the logo nail, complete flop. I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason, I'm just overly confident in my ability to put logos on my nails. Ever since I put the Sea of Thieves logo on my thumbnail, I've been like, of course, I can put logos on my nails. Are you kidding me? Who can't? I don't know what I was thinking. I could tell from the font, I was like, this isn't gonna look good. But my hubris just got away from me. The bear nail, I think, looks pretty okay. It was pretty successful, but it's just a circle and a rectangle, so it's not too hard to achieve readability. But the squirrel nail, I feel like, came out perfectly. It looks like a squirrel. It's got a little cheeky smile. He's cute. He's adorable. I don't post my manis on Instagram in chronological order just because sometimes something pops up and whatnot. So what basically happened on my Instagram feed, which I thought was kind of hysterical, was just 2 back-to-back manicures with romance scenes on them on my nails. Oops. Okay. The next manicure I did was on the 8th, and it was a lemonade flamingo manicure. I did this last summer, and I just kind of fell in love with the concept of this pink lemonade blend gradient and just putting little happy flamingos on it. It's a really simple manicure. This time I used stamping. I believe the first time I attempted this, I used nail art stickers. If you watch my summer top picks videos, I just gradiented lemon ice and strawberry chillin' together. It just, oh, it looks so pretty. I feel like the stamping wasn't very successful. I don't know what's happening. I'm like losing my stamping ability. I'm just gonna have to retrain myself because there was a lot of gaps in the print and I was just like, I don't care. Stomp. The next manicure I did was on the 16th and it was this little fun guy manicure. I've had this one planned out for a while. I just, I haven't been feeling great, so I was like, let it sit by the wayside. I really wish I picked two more contrasting colors between my background and the mushroom shade colors. I feel like the mushrooms don't pop up against the little itty bitty squiggly ones. Also, I was not completely careful with my dot placements of the mushrooms. I feel like it became a little bit too aligned, so they looked kind of like dominoes. I didn't really want that. I wanted it to look more random, but for some reason in my attempting to chase randomness, I created just symmetry. Perfect. Also, I feel like I could have used a dotting tool to create the mouths, to create more of a cohesive curvature, just because the smile's a little squared. The shocked face is alright. I thought that was curved enough, but yeah, that smile is just very, very square. My next manicure was on the 18th, and this was a Kikyo manicure. Now, I don't know how well you can see it, but I've got a little shrine to Inuyasha on a shelf right there. Inuyasha is my #1 favorite anime. It just, growing up, I watched Dragon Ball, I watched Sailor Moon. Inuyasha builds a weeb passion within me. Which is really unfortunate, It's not good being a weeb. I was very happy with how this manicure turned out. I wish I could have added more facial features to Kikyo. I just kind of left it like a blank canvas. I also wish I didn't go so dark with my background color. On paper, it worked. On paper, it was like, okay, I can see enough of a difference between this dark blue and the black of her hair that I can make out that outline. But on my nail, on the curve and all that, it just kind of blended together. So I had to add like kind of highlights and like a gray thing. I don't feel like it looked that nice comparatively just to leaving it kind of blank. So I wish I went a bit lighter. Also, I added a green shimmer to her little spirit ghoulies. I can't remember exactly what they're called right now. But I feel like in pictures it just didn't come off that well. Like you couldn't really see the green shimmer. And also I added a glow-in-the-dark top coat because I was like, well, let's just throw everything at the wall. I felt like the glow-in-the-dark top coat worked really well. I thought it looked so cool in the dark. Oh, I was very pleased with how this mani came out. I've had it planned for months now, and I've just been looking for time to do it. I was like, okay, I'm forcing myself to do things. These mushroom nails are already starting to pop off with a peel-off base. Go, 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 go. We're feeling good. We're feeling grand. I felt amazing after this mani. My next mani was done on the 21st, and I've fully fallen into the Baldur's Gate 3 hole, and like everyone else, I just fell in love with Astarion. So I needed him on my nails. I was so pleased with how this turned out. I felt like every nail was pretty successful. I feel like the pinky is just a little bit weak just being his moles, but I feel like the pointer finger came out really good. If you know, you know. Don't want to put spoilers in here. And my ring finger, it's his like jacket he starts off with. I feel like that was so successful. I was so worried about that finger not turning out right, and I'm just so pleased with how it turned out. I will say I did make a mistake during this, and in my video where I'm actually like working on the nail, you can tell I put his eyes too high up, and I had to eventually bring them down because it just didn't look as cute or as goofy or silly. This mani actually reminds me a lot of the Strahd mani I did, which, aw, he was so cute. Yes, but I'm super pleased with how this came out. I'm so happy. I am a little bit upset that Larian just, they didn't even see my post. I'm so sad. I kind of have this thing where I want a big boy company to notice me on Instagram that has nothing to do with nail polish whatsoever, wondering what the hell this chick is doing. So far, it hasn't worked out. Pepsi left me on red. Heinz left me on red. Who's adding Heinz that I just got lost in the sea? Who's adding Heinz? I want to know. Whatever. They left me on red. McDonald's left me on red. I thought for sure when I put Grimace on my nails, I'm like, this is gonna be it. We're gonna do it. No. Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. They noticed me. Notice me, senpai. Thank you. Laren didn't notice me. D&D. Wizards of the Coast hasn't noticed me. I'm just sitting here like, look at my nails, please. They're pretty. I'm cringe. And the last mani I did for this month was on the 26th, and it was a Witcher mani. I just got a bunch of stamping plates from Mundo de Unas. Nailed it. I cannot speak Spanish, so sorry. Get a good I tried sticker. But I picked up this Witcher plate and I thought it was so cute, so lovable. And what is a greater way to send off Henry Cavill as the Witcher than painting my nails? I have a bone to pick with Netflix. Actually, I have a bone to pick with any director who's like, we're not gonna follow the books. The fans are wrong. The actors are wrong. Everyone's wrong. We're just gonna do our own thing because you all are stupid and I hate my job. So I'm just gonna make you hate this show. I'm like, come on. I'm very frustrated. I don't really want to rant that much, but like, come on, please. Why? Everyone wanted it. And it started off okay. Started off fairly strong. There was a little bit of a time hiccup, like it was hard to figure out when you were, but anyway, I think there was something about Henry Cavill getting like the rights to Warhammer, so I'm here for that. Let's go. Was it the rights or something? He's working with Warhammer, so we'll see how that is. I mean, this is just a stamping look, so I felt like it was all okayly successful. The toss a coin to your Witcher, for some reason it became very curved on my nails, and I've never experienced that with stamping before. I imagine it's something that could happen because, you know, your nails are pretty curved, but I've just never experienced that before, so I imagine that's just user error. I was really pleased with the quality of the stamping plates, especially since they were like $3, which is so nice. But shipping takes forever! It was 2 months before it arrived at my Floridian doorstep. I feel like the gold wasn't too successful. I should have probably picked black to stand out against, or like underlaid it, like gone black that stamp first, then put gold over it so it make it more readable. Yeah, I think that's about the only criticism I truly have about this manicure. Now for my favorite manicure of this month. It's kind of hard to pick. It's between Kikyo and Astarion, but I think I'll have to give it to Astarion. It just has that cuteness factor to it. I just love dumb faces on my nails, if you cannot tell. Tell me which manicures you did this month, and which one of mine were your favorites. Bye! Gradient